Just 2 months after being shot at during an election rally, former US President Donald Trump has survived another assassination attempt, a second one, this time while he was playing golf in Florida on Sunday. Following the attack, security has been tightened around Trump's residence. The suspected gunman has also been arrested by the FBI when he tried to flee. Now, this happened at Trump's Florida golfing club. The shooter was nearly 350 to 450 meters away from Trump, as per the cops. The FBI also said that 4 rounds of bullets were fired near Trump. Trump later issued a statement saying he was safe and that nobody was hurt. He also said he will not stop fighting for the people and that he will never surrender. The White House issued a statement condemning the assassination bid on Trump and said that the suspect was in custody. Biden also commended the work of the Secret Service. So who exactly was the shooter? 58-year-old Ryan Wesley Ruth, accused of pointing an AK-47 at Trump, was arrested shortly after the incident. Ryan has a vast criminal record that spanned several decades.
1:30 this afternoon, call came out, shots fired. That was called in by the Secret Service. Because we're in constant contact with them all the time, we were notified of that, and we had units here that immediately sealed off the area. Fortunately, we were able to locate a witness that came to us. After that, we took the witness that witnessed the incident, flew him up there, and he identified as the person that he saw running out of the bushes and jumped into the car. Those are being processed right now. The Secret Service agent that was on the course did a fantastic job. What they do is they have an agent that jumps one hole ahead of time to where the president was at. And he was able to spot this rifle barrel sticking out of the fence and immediately engage that individual, at which time the individual took off.
We have stopped the vehicle that the FBI, the Secret Service, and the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office asked all law enforcement to look for. We had the vehicle description, and we had a tag number. We mobilized out on the interstate. 2 of my marked units picked up the vehicle. We followed it for a bit. We were able to contain it using some of our bigger vehicles that we use for specialized stops. We got the vehicle stopped. Since then, the FBI and the Secret Service have responded to the scene. It does appear that we certainly have the vehicle involved in the incident at Mar-a-Lago, and we have the suspect that they were looking for.
Everyone wants the democratic process to be peaceful and to be orderly. This incident in the United States is of concern again. It is good that President Trump has said that he is safe and that the incident, the details of which are still coming out, so it's not quite clear all of those details. But what is clear is that President Trump is safe. That is a good thing.
Mr. Prince, you're one of the people I trust most about global affairs. You're constantly assessing the threat environment and intelligence. And I guess my question to you is, because this has been laid bare and these weaknesses have been exposed, are you concerned that we're likely to face not another Crooks, but perhaps a threat like you described, a team from a foreign adversary, a terrorist organization, trying to expose and exploit the weaknesses that now we've seen?
I am very concerned. The inability of the Secret Service or the U.S. government writ large to adjust, to learn a painful lesson from that failure and actually make concrete changes. Because again, the fact that a 20-year-old nearly killed Donald Trump, and the failure to adapt to even yesterday's technology, let alone tomorrow's. And when you see the step change of the ability to deliver precision fires at extended ranges, the lessons being learned on the battlefield of Ukraine, the ability for small units to deliver devastating precision fire onto any target, whether it's the White House, whether it's a motorcade, whether it's a president outside or even inside somewhere, is significant, and I don't think they have any idea what's coming at them.
Congressman Mills says the key question here is whether this was your run-of-the-mill government incompetence or whether you see features of such just disregard for the duty at hand that you believe there's some malice. And in his opening statement, Mr. Prince says when the incompetence reaches a certain point, you can impute the malice to that. And what I think you have unique experience in is, well, like this culture of denying requests, like to Trump, or a circumstance where not even the Donald Trump detail, but the folks in the Pittsburgh field office who are not.
Let's take this across to Shashank Mattu. He's joining us live with more details on this absolutely shocking breach of security once again. Shashank, in a matter of months for Donald Trump, has there been some talk about a rethink really for his security?
No, absolutely. You're absolutely right. In fact, across the board, you heard Matt Gaetz just speaking. You've had Democratic representatives as well, people who are no fans of Donald Trump, actually talk about the fact that there has been serious concerns now. A second attempt on Donald Trump's life in just about 2 months. Again, someone who is just a couple of 100 meters away from Donald Trump. There's a former Secret Service agent who was on Donald Trump's detail saying that if, in fact, the Secret Service had not noticed that there was an attacker, the attacker would have had a clean shot at Donald Trump, causing a potentially fatal assassination attempt. So you're absolutely right. There are serious questions now about the Secret Service, its level of preparedness. You'll remember that after the July assassination attempt on Donald Trump, lots of security measures were taken about doing outdoor events. There is protective glass that now protects presidential candidates Kamala Harris and Donald Trump when they go out in the outdoors. There have been a number of security measures, but this latest incident again shows how difficult it has become in this era of political polarization to protect presidential candidates. But absolutely, there's a lot of criticism of the Secret Service. We know that the Secret Service acting director is flying to Florida to take control of the situation. But Democratic representatives as well as Republican Party representatives, people who support and oppose Donald Trump, are actually absolutely horrified by how
and
this second
rightly so, cutting across political lines, this must be condemned, and serious questions will be asked to the Biden administration. Thanks very much, Shashank, for joining us with those details. I'd like to also bring in now Arina Suckerman, who is a national security analyst who's joining us live on this broadcast. Irina, how's the FBI really looking at this? What kind of answers are they giving in terms of lapses? And what about the authorities? How did this happen a second time around?
Well, the FBI is treating it as an assassination attempt. Of course, they quickly took action and took this whole situation very seriously. What's interesting is that when this individual was first noticed, he was the Secret Service agent fired at him but missed, and he was able to get away until he was apprehended. So that's another question. The administration obviously should have concerns about their own safety, especially since this is not the first security lapse on their watch. A while ago, we had a situation where an RGC and a Pakistani ISI, two people from those two intelligence agencies, infiltrated and bribed Secret Service members close to the security of the president by